Aries. Dude, the bloom is off the rose, Aries. The bloom is off the frickin' rose. Yeah, I know. You're like, what fucking rose are you talking about? You must be talking about the fucking thorns. I think that's what you're talking about. Maybe, maybe that's what I'm talking about. No, no. Yes. Aries, yeah, yeah. You know, the thorns have taught you shit. They've taught you something. And there's such a strength to you right now, and it's interesting because it's almost like a time when everybody expects you to be weak. But there's become such a strength in being like in putting your feet up and just watching other people like play the fools, and maybe in some ways seeing the mistakes that you made, learning through their mistakes, like learning from their mistakes. That's how you're seeing the mistakes that you made, and realizing I'm just gonna have to step back here and kind of be like, wow, the observer. You're never the observer. I'm not saying that you're not observant in general, like on an individual basis, but I'm saying you're never the observer. You're always the doer. You know, you're always the action. And now it's almost like you're not the action. You're the introspection. You're the investigation. You're the watch. You're the watcher. You know, and it's like sort of like making you realize a lot. Because listen, I feel like one of the worst years ever went to you last year. Like last year. I said it. It wasn't this year. This year, everybody's been going through shit, right? And there's almost a strength in when everybody goes through it together, because then everybody has a lot more sympathy for each other. They're a lot more compassionate because they're affected by it too. Everybody's affected by it. But last year was a whopper of a fucking year for you. And there's this sense in you like, you know what? I'm just going to let people be good to me. I'm just going to let good stuff come to me. I'm going to sit back and not fight so hard. There was some sense of basically a loss of innocence. You really, really, really got dug into. A loss of innocence, that's what it is. Or it could have been actually a sick child in some sense. But I feel like it's more a loss of an innocence. A loss of an innocence that inspired a change, especially if it's you, if it's a change in you deep down inside, going through changes, going through this catharsis that made you different, that made you react to things differently, that made you sort of see things differently, that made you maybe not care as much as you used to, or be as open-hearted as you used to. The innocence was lost. Some sort of innocence was lost, and it changed you big time. And honestly though, it kind of also gave you an authority. Like once you stop, it's interesting, isn't it? How once you stop caring, you start getting more attention. Once you stop putting in so much energy and effort, you start getting more responses from people who want to do something for you, because this is some sort of financial offer or progress or news from your boss or an authority figure. It's like making progress or becoming an authority figure. Like a strength of character ensuing in you, but this is more like a sense of people recognizing it and realizing, and I swear to God, Aries, it was because you just gave up giving a fuck because of this pain that you went through. But ultimately, it bought you a new offer. It bought you some sort of new offer that actually led to a great deal of, something that you wanted. Let's put it that way, ultimately, there's this wonderful sense in you right now of not ever going back, because you don't want to. Now, in some cases, there could be a change in your marital status. There could also be a change in the man that you were dating. He's finally going to pop the question. But here's the thing. It all came from backing up, backing away, and not giving a shit. It's like making people feel how it felt to not have you, or to not have your energy. And in doing so, it wasn't, to be honest with you, it wasn't that you were doing it to get anybody's attention. It was you were doing it because you needed to fucking heal. Something had to really, really, something terrible had to happen to you guys. I don't mean the pandemic. I mean like I said, last year. Something really bad had to happen to you guys to get you to this point, to get you to the point of, you know what? This petty shit, it doesn't even bother me anymore. Whether I get that raise or not, I don't give a fuck. My little son is sitting over there, a picture of him. I love him so much. Gives me joy, right? That's how I think how deep the sorrow was in you, that for a while it was just impossible for you to feel any joy at all. There was just not a reason to smile. And ultimately, it was, I don't want to say a blessing in disguise, because I don't want you to think that I'm diminishing what you experienced. But ultimately, I want to say, I do want to say that it gave you at least the perception of strength on the outside, because people do, man. People are weird. And this is where cardinal signs kind of always fall short, because we're always so do, make things happen. Ultimately, there's just this sense of people kind of disrespecting us because of that, disrespecting us in the way that they'll just sit back and let us handle everything. But when we were like, when you sat back and you were just like, nah, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. There was something that literally made you just stop feeling. And that's why there was a switch and a change in the energy around you. It came from inside of you, and but it changed the energy around you, so that people's heads started going like this, being like, you know, what can I do for you? What can I get for you? How can I help you? And that changed things for you. And I think in an almost kind of like beautiful ending kind of way, there was a sense of, I don't want shit from you. I just want to move on. I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to be manipulated. I don't want to be hanging around where I'm not appreciated. Life is too short. It's almost like that energy. It's like life is too short for this shit. And now, around this time is when you're actually moving on. And you're seeing sort of like a magic inside of yourself, in just the strength of character that you have and how you present yourself. It's really impressing people and getting people's attention. It's like it's turning their heads. And it's because you showed up. You showed up not with your energy. You showed up with your containing your energy. And people can feel it. It's like they can feel your energy no matter what. And somebody took notice. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, some really bad shit happened. Like, total and complete destruction. Maybe something to your house or your home or one of your children. Just being really hurt, suffering a great deal, losing one of them, losing your home, maybe breaking up with your partner. Something had to do with the home, losing something that has to do with the home. You know, and it's like, it took all the strength in the world for you to move on and you to maintain your composure. But you did it. See, you have a right at this point, Aries. You have a right to basically just sit back and let the world be nice to you for a while. Because that's what's going on right now. And I know you're like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, Mars and is all kinds of like square to Pluto and stuff. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, the world doesn't understand. The world doesn't get it. They think the worst is happening to you right now. And you know for a fact, the worst ain't fucking happening to me right now. The shit that I faced last fucking year was so fucking horrible that all this other crap around me right now, I don't even care. I'm not even scared. Right? It's what's kind of informing. It's almost like you have experience enough to know how to like get through this. To like know how to like get over this. And what's interesting enough is the things that you thought you hate, you love. And the things you thought you'd love, you hate. And it's almost like making you realize who you are a little bit better. Kind of like carry on a whole different path. Say thank you and detox. So there's a time of gratitude or self-gratitude, being grateful for who you are. But this is two different things. A, This is saying thank you for the help that you're receiving, allowing yourself to be loved, allowing yourself to be helped, allowing yourself to be in a position of receiving. And then this is detox. And it's actually helping to detox you, to heal yourself. You're healing yourself by allowing somebody else to basically take the lead and do the fucking hard work. And no, you're not being lazy. You're kind of like you're not even about to talk to yourself that way. Abundance from within. This was a deep introspection, mourning, sadness, loss, grieving, and then repairing and recovering. This is deep from deep within inside of you. Deep within inside of you, finding a chance to love yourself, healing how you feel about the person and the expectations you have for who you are. And there's so much freedom in what you feel now, in that sense of, you know what, I'm not going to be hard on myself anymore. I'm so fucking sick of that shit. I'm over it. Peace the fuck out. Over it. Liberation. Liberation from all that self-judgment and do. You have to work harder. You have to work harder. I don't have to work harder for nobody. I don't have to work harder. I done already worked hard. I don't have to work harder. Let's get into the main reading. Yeah, listen, this is in your past and probably last year because the card fell out way in the past, but something happened to your home. There was a disruption in the home space. Something got in, maybe an attack, almost like an attack on the home, or maybe a broken heart. Hold on. This is like that heart chakra being contaminated. Like a broken heart. You know, almost like being broken, getting your heart broken. I don't know if it was like a realization that somebody didn't love you as much as you love them, or just a sense of being very disappointed in somebody that is part of your family, or like I said, having the family disrupted somehow. That's what's fueling this energy right now. And it's almost like what you're experiencing right now is the other side of that, because you would have never gotten to this point if you didn't have to survive what you survived. But because you did, that's the reason why you took the chances and walked through the doors that led you to where you are now. And there's opportunity here to basically get more for doing less. Believe in yourself. Working hard. Now the squirrel shows up when it's almost like you believe in yourself enough to know that you'll have a future, that there's abundance in this direction, that it's worth my hard work, that it's going to get me somewhere. So it's establishing yourself. It's having faith in yourself. It's like you're starting small. You're planting the seeds of something. Right? And you know that you have to almost like start at the beginning because you want to start at the beginning. You want to start in that simple place. You don't want to pass go and rush through it anymore because you learned to enjoy the step by step. So many times I think maybe that was the hardest lesson that you learned, is that you rushed so much. And now there's something that you can't get back. And you don't ever want to do that again. So almost pedantically, step by step, you're like, yeah, I'm going to plant these seeds. I'm going to start small. And I'm going to pay attention this time. I'm almost going to like take a record of it in my mind. Ooh. Messages. Let spirit be your guide. So you've been definitely getting spirit messages coming in from above. Could have, and most likely is through animals. If you've been seeing squirrels a lot, it's just a sense of get ready for the winter, Aries. Get ready. Store yourself up. Get ready. You could be taking another hit soon. I don't know. Let me see. Y'all know I don't like to do that future predicting shit. Like I don't. It's more of a counseling session here between us. I don't love to do that future predicting stuff. I don't feel comfortable with it because for me, the future is always a moving target. It's always a moving target. And our choice and our consciousness have something to do with the outcome. Always. It's always a moving target, the future. So that's why I don't really like to get into it. But I will try to see, this is a sense of preparing for the future, preparing for the winter, preparing for the storm, preparing for those times in life where you don't have as much, or being prepared for it. Time to heal. So this is cool down. This is chill down period. In other words, what this is telling me is you already have enough. You've already prepared. You've already done the hard work. It's already come through. And now you can be okay. You can chill the fuck out for a while. This is a time for you to basically take your energy and use it for you. Apply it to your life and making your life better. My dog's doing some weird shit in the background. I don't know. This is Aquarius energy. So, transformation. Transforming from one state of your life to another. Yes, the bloom is off the rose. The innocence is gone. But there's also wings on your back now. There's also the ability for you to fly now. Not only fly, but be able to go one direction, the other direction. A lot of malleability. You can go so many places now that you couldn't go before. You were stuck, and now you're not stuck anymore. You've transformed. And this has kind of like, I know this is Aquarius energy, but this is also Phoenix energy. It's like it's rising from the flames. It's changing itself. And that's what you kind of have done. In other words, you, at this point, Aries, you don't have to look back. That what's past is past. What's over is over. And emotionally, that could be a little bit difficult for you right now. It's almost like you feel guilty because we're all going to get, I told you, like Pluto is plucking at our Achilles heels right now. And it's like we're all going to get that test right now of like, testing ourselves. And for you, I feel like it's testing your sense of guilt and responsibility. This sense of, do I have a right to stop fighting those battles? You do, if they weren't even battles that you chose to be in. It's like you have a right to stop fighting battles that essentially are somebody else's, and you just were fighting them to fight them. But it's time for you to stop wasting your energy on other people's wars. Learn from the past. There you go. There's some sort of truth coming out. That might also be what's going on. A truth being revealed, or you've been receiving messages. You may have been trying to find out something for a long time, like investigating something for a long time, investigating maybe what happened to your home, like what's going on, like fire infection, whatever it was. It's like you've been investigating, you've been trying to look into stuff. It's coming. The answers are coming. That's what it's saying. Finally, the answers are coming your way so that you can finally heal. It's like coming to the conclusions. You can finally draw the conclusions. You finally have the information you need to lay this to rest once and for all. Learning from the past is literally learning from the past. The information is finally reaching you. It was buried, or it was hidden, or people weren't looking in the right places, or they were intentionally keeping it from you. Ultimately, Aries, the information that you needed on this past event from a year ago that really fucked up your family or hurt you in some way, it's all coming to you. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And suddenly there's like, holy crap, now I get it. Yeah, Spirit has your back. This is Capricorn energy. It's fucking Saturn energy. And that's karma. That's karma. So it's like, karma is coming, and finally, it's like karma's finally come around and getting at you. And not in a bad way, in a good way, as in, it's like Aries deserved this information. Aries deserved to know. And it's like finally Big Papa Saturn's like, that's true. Aries deserved to know. Aries needs to know. And it's a really good time to like put this information on you, because even though you may not have as much energy, you do have more time and you have more openness to be able to process it. Because ultimately, when you're in your full energy state, sometimes you don't look at things long enough. You just kind of brush past them so you don't have to feel them. And with your level of energy, you can do that easily. But this, you need time to process this. And you're going to have the time to and you know what? It's like the lesson that you learned by not giving a shit and by prioritizing yourself. That's why, another reason why this information is coming to you at just the right time, because you know better now. You know better than to feel guilty for having to like take time for yourself and appreciate yourself enough to give yourself what you need, which is it's time right now to process this information. If it came to you last year, you would have felt guilty for taking a week off of work. Now you'll call your employer immediately and you'll be like, I can't come in right now. Shit's going down. I can't come in right now. In fact, I have to take a rush vacation. And you're not going to give a fuck what they think about you. You know better. You know that you're worth more than to worry about it. But that's like that little test. Is like, did you learn to take care of yourself and protect yourself? And did you learn to allow yourself to feel in order to heal? Did you learn that? Did you learn to slow down enough to let yourself feel what you need to feel, to take in the information that you need to take in, to hear it, experience it? That's the only way you're actually going to get through it, instead of rushing past it and ignoring it and it coming to attack you later on. This is that lesson. And it's also the closure that you need. 2121, I just saw, could have something to do with a divine counterpart. Ooh, I'm telling you, this week, nobody's having it easy. Not this week. I'm ticking like crazy. My Tourette's is going like crazy because it's so much energy. It's stressful and it's so powerful. So we have destiny. Your destiny is to blossom, to shine, to transform to an ever greater light. You are meant to go on. And if you had some sort of survivor's guilt because of what happened to you, this is the time that you forgive yourself, you cry, and you find a new life purpose. This is the time. I'm just letting you know, this is the time. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express your heart's desires. Something creative ticking inside of you. Let it come out. You're about to get this opportunity. Courage. You have what it takes. Just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you. So as you were going through this really shitty moment in your life, there was something that you turned to, maybe music, maybe painting, something that you turned to, a creative outlet. Take it back. Give it more attention. Give it more attention, and in doing so, you're giving yourself more attention. Trust in it. Positive outcome. The sun is about to burst through the clouds, and you will soon see things in a different light. Something that previously seemed hopeless will soon be filled with nothing but hope. I told you, clarification is coming to you. It could be through spiritual messages, but I also think it's like through actual, like the mail, the U.S. Postal Service. Like it's because this is Capricornian energy and it deals with 3D shit. It's not just Plutonian energy. It's 3D stuff. So I feel like you're going to get physical messages that help to clear up any kind of spiritual cobwebs you still have in there. Determination, perseverance, and patience will lead to positive outcomes. Peace. That's the juiciest one, right? No matter where you are or what you're doing, inner peace is always possible. All it takes is a subtle shift in awareness. Think love and peace will follow. This is also healing in terms of let yourself love somebody, especially if you're dealing with mourning and grief. You're still allowed to love them the same way. The love doesn't die because they have, or because they pass, or because they've left your life. Don't let the love die. The love is still alive. It's almost like it's just because they're out of your life doesn't mean the love that you have for them has to die. It's almost like that's a double whammy. You're asking yourself to be the killer of the one thing you have left of them. No, let it continue. Like, honor it. Honor the love you feel. And if it's not about that, essentially, it's about allowing yourself to be at ease and to have those moments of peace when you normally don't, you consider them overindulgent or like you don't have time for them. Archangel Michael, the path is now clear. I have removed all obstacles in your way. Something is definitely like fucking, there's a breakthrough here. You can move forward now with ease and confidence. You will achieve what your heart desires. Let's go to tarot. We're going to go over to tarot. The link is below. We've one more card, one more angel card, compassion. When you show greater compassion toward yourself, the universe automatically responds by showering you with greater blessings. Yeah. This is you loving who you are and knowing that you're, and then a breakthrough happening. Just what you need. Let's see what that breakthrough is. I'm going to go to tarot. Please join me. The link is below. I'll see you guys over there.